Hello, Padawans. Let me start with the fact that I can't read my own handwriting. It's partially because I've never had good handwriting, and it's partially because I have a claw for one hand, so everything I'm writing with, the paper moves. It doesn't. It's just always been bad, but it's worse since I lost the use of my left hand. Now, that said, here's my apology. I missed a couple of games here and there. Some of them were wins, some of them were losses. So I painstakingly went through the entire season, totaling up every single one, comparing it to the actual win loss records, comparing it to the games, and then I double checked everything. And it turns out one week I forgot the Sunday night game and the Monday night game. That was one win and one loss I didn't have on my sheet. Somehow I added 5 games somewhere along the way because I couldn't read my handwriting. So I got the real total, which is still really good. So I am currently 158, 81, and 1. That puts me 1 game behind Pete Prisco. So I've got 2 weeks to beat everybody at ESPN and CBS. But mostly, I have to beat Pete because I'm ahead of everyone else. So, knock on wood, that's the hardest substance I have. Um, Hopefully, I have a couple of really good weeks and I manage to pull ahead of Pete. These last few weeks, man, there are a lot of road wins this week on my pick sheet. Um, and the home team usually has a little bit of an advantage, but I just went with what I saw. Now, the other thing, I hope you all have a wonderful holiday. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever your holiday is, may it be filled with family, friends, love, um, and and just be safe out there. And if you don't have anyone to share it with, I understand that. I've been through that myself. The holidays can be very, very hard. Um, if you don't have anyone and you do follow me, send me a message down below and we'll chat a little bit here and there so that you know somebody really cares about how you're doing, because I do. Like I said, I've been there myself. And that first holiday after my divorce, the holidays tear your soul apart when you don't have anyone to share them with. So be safe out there. And again, if you don't have anyone, you put a comment below and I will respond and we can chat a little. Um, anyway, other good news. I passed my real estate test. Man, that was a journey. Before COVID, I had no trouble learning anything. I was a triple major in college: history, economics, and government, and I earned bachelor's degrees in all 3 subjects, a master's degree in history, and I have extensive graduate work in psychology, education, and business. My hobby is quantum chemistry and astronomy. And the other day, to just relax my mind before I took my test, I was studying quantum mechanics. So, yeah, I used to learn really easy, and this journey has been rough because it's like learning a new language and a new career at the same time, and it was a bit of a challenge for me. But I passed, and in January I will get to practice that craft. So that made it a pretty good Christmas for me. And I didn't even realize it until after I was done testing, but it was the 4-year anniversary of my mom passing away. And so it kind of has a little bit more meaning. So anyway, let's get to the picks. So 158, 81, and 1. I have for Thursday, I have Dallas over Washington at Washington. I have Detroit over Minnesota at Minnesota. And Denver over Kansas City at Kansas City. 3 road wins on Christmas Day. That's pretty unusual. They usually schedule the home team to be a little bit superior for that day. Not going to be good Christmas for those three teams if they go as I predict. Uh, but Kansas City is a mess right now. Denver lost at home for the first time, but maybe they bounce back. Detroit and Minnesota, both of those teams have been banged up. I mean, who isn't banged up at this time of the year? But some are worse than others. And with Dallas and Washington, Dallas has a great offense. Their defense struggles, but they've been coming along a little over the past couple of weeks. Houston at the Chargers. I have the Los Angeles Chargers winning that one at home. Baltimore at Green Bay. I have Green Bay winning at home. Tampa Bay at Miami. I have Tampa Bay winning on the road. I haven't heard whether they're going to play Tua or not, but that's why I didn't take Miami last week. That one ended up working out, so I'm going to go with the same plan for that one. If Tua was playing, I probably would have taken Miami. Jacksonville at Indianapolis. I'm going to take Jacksonville on the road. I believe they're just going to sit Phillip Rivers for the rest of the season because they were eliminated from the playoffs. But shout out to Phillip Rivers. Grandpa came back and played well after not playing for, 5 years? Man, that's impressive. That is one of the most impressive football feats I've ever seen, and they may not have won, but it wasn't on him. He did a good job. Maybe if they'd have run the ball a little bit more. I mean, they had Taylor, and they barely gave him the ball. That, to me, is just the offensive coordinator, not Phillip Rivers. Anyway, I'm going to take Jacksonville. New Orleans at Tennessee. New Orleans. Seattle at Carolina. Definitely Seattle. They have lived up to what I thought they were going to be this year. I predicted them to go 13-4, and they are doing great. And that's going to make my college buddy Perry very happy. Arizona at Cincinnati. At this point, there's no point in Arizona winning. And who on this team is not on injured reserve yet? Like, seriously. And I still can't understand why Drew Petzing has a job. New York Giants at the Las Vegas Raiders. This was a hard one for me because the Giants just keep playing their butts off and trying to win. The Raiders are at home. Neither team has anything to win or lose for at this point. But I'm going to go with the Raiders at home. There are guys on that team that are going to be fighting for their job because they know they got high draft picks. So I'm kind of going with the Raiders on this one, but I would not be shocked if it was the Giants. This is one I wouldn't want to bet on because it's going to be a close game in the odds, but it's not going to increase your odds enough to risk the loss for a game this close. Philadelphia at Buffalo. I'm going with the Eagles. Like I said, the best line I heard all year in football was if the Buffalo offense played the Buffalo defense, they'd win 17 straight games. Chicago at San Francisco. I'm going with the Niners. They have overperformed, and I am so impressed with their management structure. I'm jealous of it. I like Monty Ossenfort, and I think he's the real deal. You can't predict this kind of catastrophic injuries. But the Niners, man, they are so banged up. They're the second most injured team after the Cardinals, and they just keep winning. Wow. I don't even know what that's like as a Cardinals fan. And last but not least, Monday Night Football, Los Angeles Rams at the Atlanta Falcons, and we're going to go with the Rams. They lost a tough game. That's one of the best games I've ever seen. As a non-fan of either team, the Rams or the Seahawks. I used to be a Seahawks fan when they were in the AFC. When they're in your division, you can't root for a team that, especially when they beat you all the time, right? But that was a great game, and going for 2 was the right move because a tie did them no good. So you got to love when coaches understand the assignment, right? I've seen a lot of coaches that didn't. Rich Kotite, that guy used to have all three timeouts when down by three. He lost by 3 points, and he'd had all of his timeouts. He never used one. I will never understand coaching when you can't even manage the clock. And I'm not managing my clock right now, so I apologize for that. So anyway, Rams over the Falcons, and I have 31-26 if you need points. That's 47 total points. So, again, I apologize for not being able to read my own handwriting. I will eliminate that as a possibility next year by using a spreadsheet. And again, have a wonderful Christmas, Happy New Year, and enjoy what you have. I'm a testament to the fact that it can all be taken away from you in a heartbeat, whether it's the divorce I'm talking about or my experience with COVID, where I spent 16 days on a ventilator with a 1% chance of survival. I had to learn how to drink, eat, stand, and walk again over a 45-day span. So cherish what you have, whether it's your health, your family, your friends. Even one good friend makes a difference. I have several incredible friends, and they pulled me through hell a few times. So whether you're with friends and family or you're alone, you're not alone. There's a lot of us who have been without anyone during the holidays. So again, stay strong, get through these last couple of weeks of the holidays, and then, find a way to make your mark on this world. Good night.